To be a huge change in the immigration law that we're talking about this morning. Title 42 expiring at 11:59 tonight.
Yeah, that's the section of federal law that allowed the Trump administration to drastically limit the number of immigrants coming into the country to stop the spread of COVID-19.
So what will it mean? A lot of you were asking. So joining us to discuss this topic is immigration attorney Marie Pereira. So Marie, welcome back. Good to see you here to talk about this and really help us understand some of the things that are happening.
Thank you for having me.
So, Marie, let's talk about this. Quite simply, what immediate impact will this have, right, to the number of migrants and those seeking asylum?
As far as the impact on New York City has to really brace itself because we're expecting an average of 1,000 migrants per day. That's a jump from 200 to 300 per day coming in to New York City. And we're going to have to make arrangements for them. And this is very, very alarming because they need housing, health care, they need social services, and we're just not equipped to take care of that much people coming through.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to really anticipate how many people will be coming through. During the run of Title 42, there were almost, 3 million cases of people being sent back across the Mexican border. So do you expect that a large number of those folks are going to try again?
Of course, they're going to try again, because if you remember, Title 42 justified turning away asylum seekers because of COVID. They said there was a national crisis and we couldn't let people in. Now, there's no more COVID crisis. It's under control. So these people have been waiting and they will show up at the border. They are showing up right now as we speak.
You know, so let's talk about this, because starting tomorrow, the Biden administration does have a new plan to deal with border crossings, right? So what exactly is in that plan?
The plan is to treat the border crossings, the people, with humanity, not to disrespect them and hurt them. But it's very difficult. They're sending active troops to assist border control police to do what they have to do on an administrative level. There are NGOs on ground. They have staging areas. But I don't think any amount of preemptive actions is going to control the amount of people that are expected to show up at the border who've been congregating for weeks, waiting for their opportunity to apply for asylum.
Yeah, I mean, they could be coming from everywhere. There's a new proposed rule, though, that would deny entry to people who've traveled through a third country to get here, right? Instead of seeking refuge in that intermediate country. Is that likely to help at all?
It's likely to help, but it's unfair to penalize a person because they had to travel from the country that they feared persecution to a third country, because it's simply unfair, because most people just are so desperate. They do go to those third countries, but the third countries don't necessarily welcome them either. And it doesn't negate the fact that they cannot go back to the original country where they feared persecution.
Right, and I was actually listening to this explained the other day. It doesn't really help those who live in Mexico because they're not really traveling through a third country. Their first stop is the U.S., and so it doesn't really apply to them, right?
It doesn't apply to them, but Mexico has agreed to hold on to people who they're not letting cross over, even though they're not Mexicans.
Okay, so asylum, just so we're clear, so asylum seekers, they're going to be interviewed at the border, right? So those credible claims of persecution will be allowed to stay in the country while their claims are adjudicated. That could take a long time, years even. So doesn't that create an incentive then for claimants to just appear in America? Or disappear, rather?
It absolutely does create an incentive, because most people, to be fair and honest, are not leaving their countries because they fear persecution. They're leaving because of poverty, instability, lack of health care, lack of social services, and they just simply cannot make a living. They're coming here for opportunities to work, feed themselves, and take care of their families. Of course, there are some with valid asylum claims, but sometimes people do file for asylum in order to get an opportunity to come here, because after 150 days from when you file for asylum, if the U.S. doesn't give you an answer, yes or no, you can apply for work authorization. And like you said, it takes years to adjudicate an asylum claim, so you get a work permit based on that until you face the music and you're denied. and then the work permit no longer works.
Right. All right. We're going to see how all of this plays out over the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm sure we'll stay in touch with you. You're going to be very busy. So thank you for your time and helping us navigate this morning, Maria Pereira. Appreciate you.